Test. Can everybody hear me? Are we good? Okay, we're going to get rolling soon. Thank you. The audience is requested to remain standing and join Lauren Croth in singing the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome graduates. My name is Jennifer Dowis, and I am pleased to be your MC this evening. Thank you to Lauren Croth for singing the national anthem, Mr. Chris Gilbertson for piping the graduates and staff into the auditorium, and Carter Ennis, Stella Frankovich, Isaac Matthews, and Peter Weeks for the pre-program music. We would like to acknowledge that our commencement ceremony here in Perth is being held on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and Algonquin people. We continue to be devoted to ensuring that our young people see, hear, and experience Indigenous teachings, history, authors, art, and more, so that we can increase the sense of belonging within our community and encourage more people to think about their own calls to action. We would now like to invite Madame Carole Dufort, our school board trustee, to please come forward to say a few words.
Good evening. I'm very honored to serve as your Ward 2 trustee, and I bring you greetings and congratulations on behalf of the Upper Canada District School Board. To the PDCI graduating class of 2023, congratulations. You have worked hard, persevered through obstacles, and now you are at a key place in your life where you have achieved a very important milestone, grade 12 graduation. Well done, you did it. As you pursue the next exciting chapter of your life, I hope you look back at PDCI as a place where your learning in the classroom, your involvement in clubs and teams, and the friendships that you have made have helped to prepare you for the future. I hope you remembered PDCI as a home away from home, where you knew that the staff cared about you and your journey, and I hope you know that your contribution to the school and to the community have made a lasting impact for a generation of PDCI Blue Devils to come. Keep chasing your dreams, and once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Madame Dufort. We will now begin presenting awards for special achievements and bursaries. Many of these awards are the result of applications the students have made throughout the year and are possible through the generous donations from our surrounding communities. We congratulate all our recipients. However, not all awards will be presented individually. Would presenters please check the program to be prepared for the presentation of the award? Presenters and recipients are asked to use the front set of stairs. Parents wishing to take photos are invited to make their way to the front. You are asked to please wait until just before your graduate is called and then return to your seat behind the graduates reserved section. A professional photographer from PhotoVisions will be taking the graduates' photo as they receive their diploma, and photos will be available for purchase in the lobby immediately following the ceremony. Let's begin. The 1989 PDCI Reunion Committee Raising the Devil Award is granted to the student who shows outstanding interest in developing school spirit, participates in various activities, assists other students, and presents a good public image of the school. The graduating class nominated and elected the winner of the 2023 award. Mrs. Sharon Bork will now make the presentation to a most deserving recipient, Lauren Croth. The math department honors its top graduating student in all 3 university math courses with a scholarship donated by 3M Canada. Mr. Nick Tupper is pleased to present this year's award to Corey Nagel. The Eileen and Basil William and Marilyn Buffin Science Award is presented to the student that displays passion and high marks in university physics and chemistry. Mr. Nick Tupper will now do the honors, presenting to Caitlin Emmel. Would Ms. Sony Thind and Ms. Minnie Thind please come forward? Or just Ms. Sony. The Amrita Thin Award is awarded to a former student of Drummond Central School who displays compassion, empathy, racial tolerance, and generosity. Sony would like to present this award to Charlene Cameron. Would Mr. Chris McLean please come to the stage? The Bathurst, Burgess, Drummond, and Elmsley Firefighters Association Award is presented to a graduating student who is a parent currently on the fire department. Mr. McLean will now present the award to Hayden McLean. Would Ms. Tanya Tuck please come to the stage? The Blueberry Creek Veterinary Hospital Award is presented to a student who is enrolled in a veterinary-focused post-secondary program. Ms. Tuck is happy to present this award to Wynn Kenny. Would Mr. Zachary McPhee please come forward? The Bob Brown Memorial Bursary is presented to a graduate who has dealt with adversity during their time at PDCI. Mr. McPhee is pleased to present this year's award to Mackenzie Graham. Would Mr. and Mrs. Trick please come to the stage? The David and Ann Trick Bursary was established to support a student who is pursuing their post-secondary education. The 2023 recipient is Phoebe Jenkins Kilgore. Would Aiden, Judy, and Liam Ryan please come forward? The Dr. Ivan and Muriel Ryan Bursary was established to support a student entering a medical field or similar program. The Ryan family will now present this award to Regan Bell. The Easton Maine Technical Department Proficiency Award is presented to the graduate with the highest standing in 8 technical courses. Mr. Adam Farrell is pleased to present this award to Dylan Greenlee. The Friends of the Tay Watershed Water Guardian Bursary is presented to a student who is entering an environmental sciences program or a related program with the environment. Ms. Legacy is pleased to present this award to Faith Marsh. Would Mr. Carson Code please come to the stage? The Lanark and Leeds Home Builders Association established the Gent Award in memory of one of their members. The recipient is a student with a strong commitment and high aptitude in the trades who is furthering his or her or their education through an apprenticeship or college program in a construction-related trade. Mr. Code will now present this award to Nathan Green. Would Mrs. Nancy Peckett please come to the stage? The Great War Memorial Hospital Auxiliary Bursary is presented to students who are enrolled in a healthcare-related field. Mrs. Nancy Peckett will present 2 awards this evening. Congratulations to Lola Kirkham and Josie Nuttall. Would Mrs. Jennifer Baudouin please come forward? The JB Forest Products Limited Award is presented to a student who has expressed an interest in automotive or heavy equipment repair or forestry studies. Ms. Baudouin will now present this award to both James Breckenridge and John Breckenridge. The French Department honors its highest achiever with the Judge Frank W. Wilson Memorial Award. In lieu of Madame Stewart, who is away this evening at her own daughter's commencement, I am pleased to present this award to Charlene Cameron. The KPMG Accounting Award is offered to the graduate with the highest senior accounting mark who is pursuing post-secondary studies. Presenting this evening is Ms. Cindy Rotar to Thomas Jack. Okay. The Legacy of Visual Arts Award is awarded to students that have participated in visual arts for all 4 years. Ms. Tara Legacy is pleased to present these awards to James Renault, Chloe Voldock, and Emma Wright. Would Mrs. Val Horsfall please come forward? The Lieutenant Governor's Community Volunteer Award for students is presented to an exemplary volunteer among the graduates who has made an outstanding contribution to the community. Mrs. Horsfall will now present to Lizzie McNeely. Would Mr. Kurt Graves please come forward? The Martin Graves Memorial Award is being offered by the Graves family in memory of Martin Graves to the graduate with the highest mark in grade 12 university calculus. Mr. Graves is pleased to present this award to Caitlin Emmel. The Matheson Award for Leadership is awarded annually to a graduate who has demonstrated great leadership skills. Mr. Dean Fournier will present to the 2023 recipient, Lauren Croth. Over here. Would Mrs. Nicole Finley please come to the stage? The Megan Elizabeth Grant Award is presented to a student who has contributed to school and community culture, is kind and caring, embodying the qualities of Megan. Mrs. Finley is pleased to present this award to Ava Jameson. The Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation District 26 Scholarship recipient must have contributed academically, socially, and co-curricularly to the school. Mrs. Sharon Bork will now make the presentation to Sam Bork. Would Ms. Victoria Gibb Carsley please come to the stage? The Perth and District Community Foundation Dr. Murray R. Wilson Education Trust Scholarship is presented to a student pursuing post-secondary education through a trade, college, or university. Ms. Gibb Carsley will now make the presentation to Alyssa Patterson. The Perth and District Community Foundation Ken Gray Memorial is awarded to a student pursuing post-secondary studies in horticulture, healthcare, or history. Ms. Gibb Carsley, again, is pleased to present to this year's recipient, James Renault. We now have the Perth and District Community Foundation, Lily Roy Memorial Bursary. This is presented to a student pursuing social science or health science at college or university and is involved in volunteer work above and beyond the minimum requirement. Ms. Gibb Carsley will again present this award to Lizzie McNeely. We're now on to the Perth Chiropractic Award. Okay. All right, so the Perth Chiropractic Award is presented to the top graduating student in kinesiology. Mrs. Sarah Kordick is pleased to present to this year's recipients, Caitlin Emmel and Wynn Kenny. Would Mr. Glenn Moore please come to the stage? The Perth Civitan Senior Mentors Award recognizes a graduating student who is outgoing, friendly, and active in sports. Mr. Moore is pleased to present this award to Alex Duncan. We now ask Reverend Shelley Roberts to please come forward. The Perth Ministerial Bursary is presented to a graduate who is continuing in post-secondary education with an average of at least 70% in their final year, involved with the PDCI and local community, and is an active participant in his, her, or their parish or congregation. Reverend Roberts will now present the award to, once again, Alex Duncan. Would Mr. Daryl Barker please come to the stage? Okay. Okay. The Perth Physiotherapy Award is presented to a student pursuing studies. Oh, he's coming, okay. We're looking for Mr. Daryl Barker. Oh, sorry. There we go. The Perth Physiotherapy Award is presented to a student pursuing studies in healthcare, wellness, or veterinary studies. Mr. Barker will now present to this year's recipient, Mackenzie Boychuk. The Perth Planing Mill is sponsoring an award again this year. The graduate with the highest standing in the senior construction course is awarded the Perth Planing Mill Supply Award. Mr. Greg Anderson will now present this award to Hayden McLean. Would Mrs. Lori Cameron please come to the stage? The Perth Stingrays Award is presented to a well-deserving graduate. Mrs. Cameron is pleased to present this year's award to Wynne Kenny. Would Tony Nicholas please come to the stage? The Perth upon Tay Royal Canadian Legion Branch 244 bursaries are presented to students who have parent members of the Canadian Legion. Tony Nicholas is pleased to present this award to Abby Blackburn and Faith Marsh. Would Mrs. Louise Miller please come to the stage? Saltos Athletics National Aerobic Gymnastics Team Award is presented to members of the national team. Mrs. Miller will now present these awards to Isabel Gray and Ava Jameson. Would Mrs. Karen Moore please come to the stage? The South Sherbrooke Firefighters Association presents an award annually to a graduate entering post-secondary studies in emergency services or medical training, or has a parent actively involved in emergency services. Mrs. Moore is pleased to present to this year's recipient, Landon Dowdle. Would Ms. Penny Patterson please come forward? The Spring Children Women in Business Bursary is presented to a female graduating student entering a business program. Ms. Patterson will present this award to Maya Rutherford. She's coming. The Student Success Initiative Scholarship is presented to one or more graduating students whose destination is directly to the workplace. I would like to invite Mrs. Rhonda Wright to present this award to Ben Tuck. Would Ms. Kay Rogers please come to the stage? The Tay Valley History Scholarship is presented to a student who has demonstrated a keen interest in history and is pursuing post-secondary studies. Ms. Rogers will present this award to Nora Christie. Would Mr. Sean Christie please come to the stage? I see him coming. The Tom Graham Memorial Bursary is presented to a student in one of the three categories, academics, the arts, or sports, who sets high standards in his or her or their pursuits. Mr. Christie is pleased to present to this year's recipient, Grayson Patterson. Would Madame Carole Dufort please come forward? The Trustees Award for Character Always has been established to honor the student whose strength of character has been an inspiration to us all. Madame Dufort is pleased to present to this year's recipient, Lauren Croth. We are now ready to invite our principal, Mr. Dean Fournier, to address the graduates and guests.
Welcome to the graduates, their families, and our honored guests here this evening. You've already heard from Trustee Carole Dufort, who represents our school district at the board table. Also welcome to the many presenters for our special awards here this evening, and a very special thank you for all your support supporting PDCI students. The next story I want to share with you has been circulating through social media. A teacher walked into the classroom and handed out a piece of paper to each student. Once he handed them all out, he asked the students to turn the page over and begin their surprise quiz. Students were confused. There was no writing on the page, just a black dot in the center of the page. The teacher said, "I want you to write down what you see." The students began to write. At the end of the class, the teacher collected the papers and decided not to assess them, but shared some of the results. All of them, with no exceptions, talked about the black dot, described how it was in the middle of the page, and explained its position. The teacher said, "Of course," but I just wanted to give you something to think about. You see, None of you wrote down about the white part of the sheet. All of you wrote about the black dot in the center. And unfortunately, this is what we tend to do in life. We have a white paper of life with all its blessings to hold on to and to enjoy. But we're sometimes so busy thinking about the dark spots that we don't really have time and have the ability to really embrace all the gifts that we've been given. We always have reasons to celebrate, so our job is to try, to the best of our ability, to take our eyes away from the black spots of life, to enjoy each and every one of our blessings, and to celebrate each moment that life gives us. Graduation is an opportunity for all of us to celebrate together, and we always look forward to this milestone celebration as much as our students and their families do. Next year, many of you are off to the world of work, and some have chosen to go on to further education. I want to share 5 tips with you that may change your life story and help you along the way. Number 1, keep in mind that your past doesn't equal your future. What you've done and failed at in the past doesn't matter anymore. It's done. Those past experiences don't exist. What matters is not what you've done, but how you're going to change things from this moment on. Number 2, affirmations. They can be simple phrases that you say or think about throughout your day. Examples could be, I'm grateful, I'm confident, I'm successful. Say your affirmations with conviction and watch your life change. Number 3, focus your thoughts on what you want to attract in your life. You attract what you think about. And number 4, move on and forgive others. Holding on to resentment only causes you pain and you suffering, while the other person that you're angry at lives freely. When you forgive others, you set yourself free. Number 5, you have to give up something to get something. If you want to succeed in any area, then you need to give up the things that are holding you back. Please remember to thank all those that helped you along the way. With some hard work, a little support, you can achieve your dreams. You need to always do your best. You never want to look back 5 or 10 years from now and think you could have done a better job. Sometimes we don't get that chance. The responsibility for your success or failure will rest on your shoulders. But remember that nobody is successful without help. You are not alone. Try your best, ask for help, and accept that help when it comes your way. At this time, I want to personally thank all the students for a great year. Thank you to all the staff for your great work and extra special attention to get these students across the line and preparing them for their next adventure. Thank you to all the family and friends for supporting the graduates on their journey. Graduates, congratulations again on your achievements. I wish you all the best as you continue your journey. On behalf of the PDCI staff, good luck and congratulations PDCI graduating class 2023. And remember, once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil.
Readjust. Thank you, Mr. Fournier. I would now like to invite the readers, Mrs. Strawn and Mrs. Ross, to come forward and assist the presenters, Mr. Fournier and Ms. Horsfall, with the diploma presentations. Students will be called alphabetically to receive their diplomas and will exit down the front stairs. We would like to mention that graduates designated with an asterisk have also received other certificates: a specialist high skills major for completing a focus program in arts and culture, business, horticulture and landscaping, information and communications technology, transportation technology, sports, or the nonprofit sector. They may also earn an extended French certificate for completion of 7 French credits, or an immersion French certificate for completion of 10 French credits. They may earn a technical certificate for completion of 7 technical courses and 1 co-op credit, and/or they may receive recognition as Ontario Scholars for earning 80% or higher in 6 grade 12 credits. In addition, certificates have been placed in students' graduate packages for subject proficiency awards. We ask you to please hold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. The first 2 rows of graduates are now asked to please stand and exit to receive diplomas.
Our first graduate, Jackson Adam. Jackson hopes to find a summer job and then work at Shoppers Drug Mart with Josh in the fall. His ultimate goal is to continue arm wrestling every day, have a successful job, and settle down. Jackson's best memory involved a banana mishap in the stairwell with the boys. Jackson is thankful to Miss Rotar for all her help over the years, from accounting to life advice. Jackson has earned his Red Seal for the Sports Schism and is the recipient of the Jason McMillan Memorial Award. Ella Anderson. Ella's best memory involved winning the LCIAA in grade 11 for volleyball and then competing in EASA. Ella would like to thank her mom for helping her get through high school and her brother Callum for sharing his notes and knowledge. She is grateful to Mr. Tupper for making calculus tolerable and to Ms. Tavares for coaching her from grades 7 to 12. Ella is taking a gap year to travel and volunteer. Her goal is to be successful, not live in her parents' basement, and not have to ask Callum for money. Ella has earned her Red Seal for the Sports Schism and is the recipient of the Perth Rotary Club Bursary. Travis Bannerman. Travis will be starting an apprenticeship with Tower Scaffold near Osgood. In 10 to 20 years, he hopes to own his own house and be successful in life. Travis's most memorable moment in high school is graduating. Travis has attained his tech certificate and is the recipient of the Dave Onion Memorial Award. Maddox Barker. After graduation, Maddox plans to work at 3M. His goal is to one day have a big house and a nice family. Maddox has fond memories of playing 3-on-3 basketball with his friends. Hannah Bernard. Hannah will be headed off to Carleton University in the fall to pursue a Bachelor of Arts in the field of Childhood and Youth Studies. Her future plans include raising a family and being a teacher. Hannah's fondest memory was being part of the senior girls basketball team. Hannah would like to thank all her teachers, especially Madame Stewart, who encouraged her to push through and do her best. Hannah has earned her Red Seal for the Nonprofit Schism and her French Immersion Certificate. She is also the recipient of the James D. Canuel Memorial Award. Regan Bell. Next year, Regan will be pursuing a Bachelor of Arts in Science and Health at St. Francis Xavier University while also playing varsity basketball. Ultimately, Regan hopes to work, travel, and coach youth. Her fondest memory involves the senior girls basketball team winning EASA and making it to OFSA. Regan would like to thank all her teachers for their support, and especially Mr. Christie for helping her get to where she is today. Regan is the recipient of an academic and athletic scholarship at St. Francis Xavier University, as well as a PDCI Student Services bursary. Leah Belperch. Leah would like to thank her family, her boyfriend, and his family for all their support over the years. Leah's best memory of her time at PDCI would be the return of bagels to the cafeteria menu. Leah plans to take a gap year to work part-time as a nanny. Eventually, Leah would like to develop programming for students with ADHD to meet their learning styles. She also plans to have a big family with her handsome husband. Leah has earned her Red Seal for the Sports Schism and a PDCI Student Services bursary. Abby Blackburn. Abby will be pursuing a Bachelor of Commerce degree at Carleton University in September. Ultimately, she envisions herself working as a project manager for a company in the city. Abby would like to thank her mom for cheering her on every step of the way and Miss Rotar for her support. When looking back over her time at PDCI, Abby feels that prom was the most memorable moment. Abby has earned her Red Seal for the Business Schism. She is the recipient of the Barker Wilson Professional Corporation Award and the Perth and District Chamber of Commerce Business Award. Sam Bork. Sam would like to thank Mr. Tupper for making hard classes bearable, and most importantly, his mom for driving him to make his best effort. Sam will always remember making a game winner and sending the basketball team to the finals. In the fall, Sam will be studying computer science at Toronto Metropolitan University, where he has also been awarded an entrance scholarship. Sam is the recipient of the Ontario Principals Council Leadership Award and the Perth Blue Wings Junior B Alumni Bursary. Mackenzie Boychuk. Mackenzie will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Science Human Kinetics program at the University of Ottawa this fall, where she is the recipient of the Douglas Arthur Depensier Bursary and an entrance scholarship. Mackenzie plans to help people live their healthiest and happiest lives as a physiotherapist. Her outstanding memory at PDCI would be the senior girls basketball team winning EASA in her senior year. Mackenzie would like to recognize Mr. Christie as an inspiring mentor who played a huge part in her personal development. Mackenzie is the recipient of the Lioness Club of Perth Bursary. James Breckenridge. James' best time at PDCI happened in the auto shop. After graduation, James plans to work in forestry. In the future, he envisions himself doing much the same things he does now, while probably still living somewhere in Lanark County. James has earned his Red Seal for the Transportation Technology Schism. John Breckenridge. Now that he has completed high school, John would like to be employed in the forestry industry. With regards to the future, John's goal is to work at a job that he enjoys. John has earned his Red Seal for the Transportation Technology Schism and his tech certificate. Samuel Brown. Samuel plans to take a gap year working in the auto industry before returning to school to study the trades. Samuel envisions himself living in his own home outside of Perth, running his own business. His most outstanding moment at PDCI would have to be the volleyball tournament. Samuel would like to thank his mom and all the teachers at PDCI for helping him get to this moment. Samuel has earned his red seal for the horticulture and landscaping schism. Matthew Bergstrom. Matthew plans to take a gap year for personal growth and self-development. In the fullness of time, Matthew sees himself on a successful career path doing something he's passionate about. Matthew would like to thank his friends and family for all their support in helping him reach graduation. Anna Kane. Anna thanks Mr. Brinkman for making math fun and Miss Finley for being an inspiring role model. Most of all, she appreciates Miss Rotar for demonstrating that being 4'10" and 11/16 inches tall doesn't mean you can't hold your ground and put other people in their place. Anna enjoyed school events, inspiring teachers, and participating in sports teams. Anna plans to study developmental psychology at Trent University. Eventually, she wants to have a family and be a licensed psychotherapist with a private practice. Anna has earned her red seal for the nonprofit schism and her extended French certificate. Charlene Cameron. Next year, Charlene will be enrolled in the Aviation Technology Flight Program at Sault College of Applied Arts and Technology. Her goal is to ultimately work for a large airline like Air Canada or WestJet, live in her own home, and travel frequently. Charlene will always remember performing in the talent show, attending school dances, and participating in volleyball tournaments. She would like to thank her family, friends, and teachers for supporting and believing in her. Charlene has earned her red seal for the sports schism and her French immersion certificate. Darren Cameron. Darren would like to thank Mr. Funson for his positive impact. He is also grateful to his parents for supporting him and never letting him down. Darren will be studying astrophysics at the Ontario Technical University in September. One day, Darren dreams of working for the Canadian Space Agency or NASA. Darren has earned his red seal for the ICT schism. Emma Carroll. Emma plans to attend Algonquin College as a student in the Child and Youth Care program. One day, Emma hopes to be a child psychologist and help children overcome their challenges. Emma has earned her red seal for the sports schism. Caitlin Chalker. Caitlin has good memories of playing soccer as well as enjoying lunch breaks and spares with close friends. She would like to thank her parents for taking pride in her accomplishments and offering their support over the past 4 years. She is grateful to her friends for pushing her and giving her confidence to do better. Caitlin will be taking a gap year to travel, enjoy road trips with friends, and save some money for college. Eventually, she would love to live in Alberta with a family of her own, working at a job she enjoys. Preya Shayasadom. Preya would like to thank her host family for their support and Buster and Luna for emotional support. She is grateful to the teachers for providing help at lunch and during work periods to help her understand the material. She is thankful to her friends for making school enjoyable and driving her around. Preya will return to Thailand. In the fullness of time, she will work as a dentist and ensure that patients leave with a smile. Her best memory involves sitting in the cafeteria, eating bagels and cream cheese with her friends. Preya is the recipient of the International Student Award. Nora Christie. Nora will be enrolled in the General Arts program at McGill University, where she will study humanities and social sciences. Once she has completed her PhD, Nora hopes to travel and have a stable career for a nonprofit or government organization. Nora has fond memories of being involved in student council and sporting events. She enjoyed talking to friends in kinesiology class and traveling to Stratford for OFSA. Nora would like to thank her friends and family for their love and support, her teachers for their encouragement, and her late grandmother Joan for always believing in her. Nora is the recipient of the Vision for Action Bursary. Lauren Croth. Lauren will study journalism at Toronto Metropolitan University this fall. Her goal is to one day be on the sidelines, interviewing at a Raptors game, or work as an anchor at a major broadcasting network. Lauren will always remember releasing her documentary, Beyond the Court, and winning EASA with the senior girls basketball team. Lauren would like to thank Mr. Christie for providing her with a creative outlet and supporting her with basketball. She is grateful to Madame Dowis for inspiring her to pursue writing and Madame Stewart for shaping her into a leader. Lauren has attained her extended French certificate. Mason Cummings. Mason is looking forward to beginning an apprenticeship at PEC Electric. In 10 to 20 years, he hopes to own his own business. Mason would like to thank his friends and family for all their encouragement. Mason's most memorable moment would be graduating high school. Mason has earned his red seal for the sports schism. Cole Dakers. Cole would like to thank Mrs. Wright and Mr. Hart for all their support. At the moment, Cole is unsure of his plans for the fall. He is contemplating returning to PDCI to do co-op. One day, Cole would like to be a museum curator. For Cole, the highlight of PDCI would have to be computer classes. Carolyn Dawson. Carolyn's most outstanding memory of her time at PDCI was Bring Your Tractor to School Day. In the fall, Carolyn will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Science in Agriculture program at the University of Guelph. After she attains her degree, Carolyn hopes to be employed in the agriculture sector. Carolyn would like to thank Mr. Moore for his fun classes where she learned new skills, and Mr. Tupper for encouraging her to stick with chemistry and make it through the semester. Carolyn is the recipient of the Dodds and Irwin Award, the Lillian A. Waddell Award, and the Township of Lanark Highlands Most Improved Math Award. Nicholas Doby. Nick plans on beginning a carpentry apprenticeship with Shane Reed Contracting. He hopes one day to work as a carpenter with a house in the mountains in British Columbia. Nick would like to thank his family and friends for all their support. Nick has good memories of woodshop classes at PDCI. Nick has earned his red seal for the horticulture and landscaping schism and his tech certificate. He is the recipient of the UCDSB Skilled Trades Bursary. Would the next two rows of graduates please stand to receive your diplomas and exit the auditorium?
Sharon's going to let me know when you can send when you can start. Okay, thank you.
Braden Dodd. Braden would like to thank his teachers for helping him get to this moment, as well as Mr. Brinkman and Mrs. Wright for helping him find and continue his love of basketball. Braden hopes to return to PDCI for 12X before heading off to the University of Ottawa. Eventually, he hopes to work in the health field while playing rugby. Braden will never forget winning LCIAA with the boys and meeting the people he knows today. Braden has earned his red seal for the sports schism. Alex Dowdle. Alex plans to attend Algonquin College with the goal of becoming a registered practical nurse. In the future, she hopes to work as a nurse and have a family of her own. Alex has earned her red seal for the business schism. Landon Dowdle. After graduation, Landon plans to work in construction. In time, he hopes to take over his dad's construction company. Landon would like to thank his parents for all their encouragement. Alex Duncan. Alex has fond memories of bantering with Madame Stewart after calling her wrinkly. Alex thanks Madame Dowis for being an amazing coach and teacher. She applauds Mr. Tupper for making chemistry comprehensible and coaching lots of sports. She appreciates Madame Stewart for helping her with French and introducing her to Students' Council. Next year, Alex will study sustainable agriculture and food systems at Trent University. Someday, she hopes to have a steady job and a family. Alex has attained her extended French certificate and is a recipient of the PDCI Students' Council bursary. Crossley Dunlop. Crossley would like to thank Madame Stewart for pushing her to challenge herself academically. In the fall, Crossley will be enrolled in the Child and Youth Care program at Algonquin College. Ultimately, Crossley would like to be a parole officer for youth in Perth and the surrounding area. Crossley's best memory of PDCI would have to be prom. Crossley has earned her red seal for the sport schism. She is also the recipient of the Dr. John and Nora Wickware Memorial Award and the PhotoVisions bursary. Delaney Duquette. Delaney plans to take a gap year and work while considering her options. Eventually, Delaney would like to become a police officer. Delaney will always remember meeting amazing friends in her senior year who value and support her. Delaney would like to thank Mrs. Dowis for having a great impact as her teacher, Mr. Funson for his guidance, and Ms. Neal for helping her navigate this year. Tegan Eklund. Tegan's most outstanding memory involved Brad accidentally breaking a chair in chemistry class. In the fall, Tegan will be enrolled in the Speech and Language Sciences program at York University. In the future, Tegan hopes to work as a speech and language pathologist with children who have speech impediments. Tegan would like to thank Mr. Tupper for giving up lunch hours and breaks to help her, and more importantly, make her feel that she could achieve her goals. Tegan has earned her red seal for the sports schism and is a recipient of the Perth Firefighters Association Award. Let's go, Tegan! Caitlin Emmel. Caitlin will be studying chemical and physical sciences at McMaster University in the fall. She plans to research the stars and learn more about the universe while maintaining a love of reading. Caitlin would like to recognize her parents for their support and helping her become the person she is today. She would also like to thank Mr. Tupper for being an amazing teacher, even though he drove her crazy. Caitlin is a recipient of the McMaster Award of Excellence Scholarship and the PDCI Student Services Bursary. Megan Emo. Megan will always remember spending time with friends and graduation. She would like to thank her family and Miss Finley for all their support over the years. Megan plans to take a gap year working in animal care. In 10 to 20 years, Megan hopes to work as an animal caretaker or youth worker and have a family of her own. Charles Flowers. Charles would like to thank his grade 12 teachers for their support and his family for pushing him to get his high school diploma. Charles hopes to take a break from school and travel to Europe next year. He envisions himself enjoying life wherever he ends up. Charles will never forget the past 6 years at PDCI as well as graduation. Charles has earned his red seal for the ICT schism. Matthew Fraser. Matthew is looking forward to studying history at the University of Toronto in September. He is unsure of his future plans and looks forward to seeing how events will unfold. Bradley Gibson. Bradley would like to thank his parents for pushing him to do his best. In the fall, Bradley will be off to Queen's University, where he will be enrolled in the concurrent education program with a science major. Bradley looks forward to working as a teacher or a doctor. Lauren Graham. Lauren's highlight of high school would be going to sports games with friends. Lauren plans to take a gap year and hopefully travel to Europe. While Lauren is unsure about her future, she sees herself living life to the fullest and having fun. Lauren has earned her red seal for the arts and culture schism. Mackenzie Graham. Mackenzie hopes to return to PDCI next year before enrolling in a personal support worker program. In the future, she sees herself as a homeowner with time to travel, well settled in her chosen career. Mackenzie's best memory is being part of the basketball team, which was more like a family. Mackenzie would like to thank Mr. Christie for his ability to motivate her and keep pushing, as it's never a one-man game. She will apply these skills in the real world. Mackenzie has earned her red seal for the sports schism. Isabel Gray. In September, Isabel will head off to Trent University, where she will be studying international development. Ultimately, she hopes to do great things and have huge muscles. Isabel's memorable moment would be every single time she did a push-up in this building. Isabel would like to thank the students and staff at PDCI for laughing at her jokes, even if they weren't very funny. Isabel has earned her red seal for the nonprofit schism. She is a recipient of the PDCI Students' Council Bursary and the Vision for Action Bursary. Nathan Green. Nathan plans to begin an apprenticeship with the local 57 Sheet Metal Union. In the future, he hopes to be employed with Larmex and have a family of his own. Nathan will never forget Miss Rotar's accounting class. Nathan has earned his red seal for the transportation technology schism. Allison Green. Allison intends to attain an honors Bachelor Behavioral Psychology at St. Lawrence College in September. Although she is unsure what the future holds, she hopes to have a full-time job. Allison is the recipient of the St. Lawrence College Board of Governors Entrance Scholarship. Dylan Greenlee. Dylan plans to head to Alberta to work in coil tubing. As time goes on, he sees himself working, traveling, and building a show truck. Dylan would like to thank his family for making him the person he is today. Dylan has attained his tech certificate. Torianne Gersby. Tori would like to thank her friends and dad for all their encouragement over the years. Tori will always remember the good friends she made during her time at PDCI. In the fall, Tori hopes to return to PDCI to take co-op. Her dream is to live by the water with her honey. Ethan Hamner. Ethan intends to take a gap year to work on his business and investigate options and opportunities. Ethan would like to recognize Mr. Bellamy for helping him with his business. Eventually, Ethan would like to have a steady job, start a family, and ride dirt bikes. Ethan has earned his red seal for the horticulture and landscaping schism. Ethan is the recipient of the Cliffs Auto Parts Bursary. Liam Hansen. Liam would like to thank Mrs. Wright for all her support. His most memorable moment would be the banana moment in the stairwell with the boys. Next year, Liam will be studying welding and fabrication at Cambrian College. As life unfolds, he plans to work at a job he enjoys and continue playing volleyball. Liam is the recipient of an athletic scholarship for men's volleyball and the AMIA Canada Inc. Award. Rochelle Hardy. Rochelle will never forget the amazing friends she made at PDCI. She enjoyed going to sports events and cheering on the Blue Devils. Another highlight for Rochelle was attending prom. Rochelle would like to have a job and a family of her own. She plans to keep singing, dancing, and spending time with her family. Rochelle would like to thank her family, teachers, and most importantly, her EAs, whom she will miss so much. Rochelle is the recipient of the PDCI Staff Bursary. Gracie Hawley. Gracie plans to take a gap year to work and volunteer at Lannon's Funeral Home. Their goal is to one day own their own funeral home. Gracie's most memorable moment involved dressing up for Halloween Spirit Weeks with their friends. Gracie would like to thank their dog Gary for keeping them company while they did their homework. Jacob Hurd. Jacob will be starting an apprenticeship in custom home building with the Gorham Group. In time, he hopes to become a licensed carpenter with a home project on the go. His favorite memory of high school would be learning how to weld in auto shop. It was difficult at first, but he soon got the hang of it. Jacob is a recipient of the Tim Hortons Bursary in honor of Sean Michael Bant. Madison Hare. Madison would like to thank her parents for helping her with homework and guiding her through harder times to her present-day success. This fall, Madison will be enrolled in the Community and Justice Services program at Algonquin College. One day, she hopes to have a stable job, husband, and children. Madison's fondest memory of high school was when the basketball team won EASA and went on to OFSA. Madison has earned her Red Seal for the sports schism. Madison is a recipient of the Queen Elizabeth School Award and the True Britain's Masonic Lodge Bursary. Travis Hendrick. Travis plans to work to save for a fast new car and pursue a 3-plate bench. He then plans to go to college for marketing. In 10 to 20 years, he hopes to be making well over $150K a year, be married, and have 2 children. His most memorable moment was winning volleyball. Travis would like to thank all his gym bros and his good friends Gavin and Jackson. Yeah! Noah Hill. In September, Noah will be majoring in English at Carleton University with the goal of attaining a Bachelor of Arts honors. Eventually, Noah hopes to be a successful lawyer. Noah would like to thank Ms. Rotar for introducing him to law, Mr. Funston for his guidance, and his parents for encouraging him to succeed. The highlight of Noah's time at PDCI would have to be getting his diploma. Noah is the recipient of an entrance scholarship to Carleton. Ethan Horn. Ethan has good memories of playing soccer and badminton with friends and for his coach, Mr. Tupper. In the fall, Ethan will be studying civil engineering at the University of Waterloo. Once he attains steady work in the field of civil engineering, he will make time for travel. Ethan is grateful to his parents for always supporting him. Thomas Jack. Thomas will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Science program at Trent University, where he will be studying computer science. After he attains his degree, he hopes to be employed in the field of computer science. Thomas has fond memories of leading the PDCI curling team as skip to bronze at EASA. Thomas would like to thank his teachers for all their help and his parents for their support. Thomas is the recipient of the Perth Curling Club Award and the Michael Barta Scholarship. Ava Jameson. Ava will always remember helping run school events and participating in fun days at PDCI. Ava would like to thank her parents for always supporting and believing in her. In September, Ava will be studying psychology while she pursues a Bachelor of Arts degree at Carleton University. Eventually, Ava hopes to be fully employed with time to travel and enjoy her family. Would the next 2 rows of graduates please stand and exit the auditorium to receive your diplomas? Ready to go? Okay. Okay. Phoebe Jenkins Kilgore. Phoebe intends to pursue a Bachelor of Arts at Carleton University this fall and then her law degree. In the future, Phoebe hopes to be happy, healthy, and working in a field she loves, likely law. Phoebe will never forget law class with Miss Rotar, which was always eventful. Phoebe would like to thank the amazing teachers who've helped her through some of the toughest events of her life. Phoebe has earned her Red Seal for the nonprofit Schism. Emma Lee Johnson. Emma has fond memories of playing basketball during her time at PDCI. Emma appreciates the support she received over the years from her parents, coaches, teachers, and guidance counselors. Emma plans to take a gap year and travel before committing to any particular plan. No matter what she ends up doing or where she ends up living, Emma intends to live her best life. Emma has attained her extended French certificate. Bria Jones. Bria plans to take a gap year and possibly travel while she contemplates her options. While she is unsure what the future brings, she hopes to live a stable life. Bria's most outstanding memory involved going to OFSA with the senior girls basketball team. Bria would like to thank her parents, coaches, and teachers for their support over the years. Bria has attained her extended French certificate. India Jones. India will always remember meeting great friends during her time at PDCI. India plans to take a gap year to focus on figuring out what she wants to do. While the future is uncertain, India looks forward to settling down eventually. India is the recipient of the Drummond Central School Scholarship and the Eaton Industries Award.
Isaac Jones. Isaac would like to recognize Miss Fleming for all her support during high school. Isaac will be pursuing an apprenticeship in the field of construction. He likes being outside, dirt biking, fishing, hanging with Hannah and his friends, and dog Buck. Eventually, he hopes to have his own business and a happy family. Jessie Keller Hannah. Jessie plans on taking a gap year to work. One day, she hopes to have a house, children, and a dream job. Jessie would like to thank Ms. Finley for her support and Mr. Christie for always being a wonderful coach. Jessie will always remember playing soccer while the whole school watched, as well as winning the EASA Cup and going to OFSA. Ivy Kelly. Ivy would like to thank Mrs. Finley for all her support over the past few years. Ivy's most memorable moment of her time at PDCI is graduation. She plans to take a gap year to consider her options. Whatever Ivy ends up doing, she sees herself as rich and successful. Wynne Kenny. Wynne will be studying life sciences as she pursues a biology degree at the University of Toronto next year. In 10 or 20 years, she hopes to work at a job she loves while likely pursuing her post-secondary education. Wynne would like to thank Mr. Tupper for helping her survive calculus and chemistry even when she was in tears. Wynne will always remember organizing prom and providing people with a great night. Abby King. Abby intends to study construction techniques at Georgian College. While she is uncertain what the future holds, she looks forward to seeing where the road ahead will lead. Abby has earned her Red Seal for the nonprofit Schism and her extended French certificate. Hope King. Hope would like to thank Ms. Dowles for all of her support. Hope intends to take a gap year and travel Europe. Ultimately, she sees herself renovating a dream home. Hope has earned her Red Seal for the Arts and Culture Schism. Lola Kirkham. In the fall, Lola will be pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing at Trent University. Eventually, Lola would like to work in labor and delivery unit as a nurse or at CHIO as a nurse practitioner. She would like to thank her mom for her encouragement and Mr. Tupper for his support throughout the school year. Lola's fondest memory of her time at PDCI would have to be prom. She's earned her Red Seal for the Sports Schism and is a recipient of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 395 Lanark Award and the Mayor of Perth Award. Christina Lafreniere. Christina would like to thank Mr. Tupper for being supportive and fun while still teaching the curriculum. Christina enjoyed watching boys and girls basketball games and will always remember Dev and all of our school spirit. She will be studying kinesiology at the University of Toronto in the fall and hopes to one day work in the field of physical therapy, helping people live their healthiest lives. Christina is the recipient of the Albany International Award and the PDCF Kiwanis Foundation Award. Natasha Lee. Natasha will be studying practical nursing at Fleming College in September. When asked what she envisioned herself doing in 20 years, she stated she wanted a good job and family. Natasha's most memorable moment was this year's prom. She has earned her Red Seal for the Business Schism. Natasha is the recipient of the Perth and Smith Falls District Hospital Bursary and the Township of Lanark Highlands Citizenship Award. Louis Laguerre. Louis would like to thank his mom for supporting his career choice, as well as his mentors and teachers for their help and advice. He will be starting a 3-year apprenticeship in auto body collision and repair, and his ultimate goal is to run his own business doing custom work and be a fully established auto body career. Grayson Lewis Beavis. Grayson hopes to return to PDCI next year and take grade 12 physics and co-op. One day he hopes to have a job in the field of science and a family of his own. Grayson would like to acknowledge his friends for calling him out when he didn't do his work and his family for helping him catch up. Grayson will never forget winning the B Division 3-on-3 basketball tournament, participating in the turkey trot cross-country meet, and managing to high jump into the pole while holding up the bar. Megan McCormick. Megan would like to thank her friend and mentor, Sandy Scriver, for her love and unconditional support these past 2 years. Megan plans to take a gap year to work in Kingston before pursuing a degree in biology or environmental management. In the future, Megan would like to be working at something meaningful and worthwhile. Although there will be difficulties in the raging sea that is life, she will find herself experiencing these hardships. Wilson Mackey. Wilson will always remember how enjoyable the sports days at PDCI were. He would like to thank his parents and grandparents for all of their support over the years. Wilson has accepted an offer of employment with Gent Construction. In 10 years, he imagines himself financially secure, living his best life with a beautiful family. Jack Manley. Jack plans to pursue a Bachelor of Arts at Carleton University. Eventually, he hopes to have a steady career and a family. Jack leaves PDCI with good memories of classes with Miss Legacy and Mr. Gallion. Jack would like to thank Miss Legacy for never losing faith in him and pushing him to try hard. Jack earns his Red Seal for the nonprofit Schism and is the recipient of Tim Horton's Bursary in honor of Sean Michael Bant. Dale Manson. Dale looks forward to entering the world of work after graduation. Although he has an excellent singing voice, he is a man of few words. When asked what he pictured himself doing in 10 or 20 years, he replied, working. Dale's favorite part of high school was meeting with his friends at the end of the day. Dale has earned his Red Seal for Transportation Technology Schism. Tanner Marges. Tanner would like to thank his dad and Chris for their support during high school. He's grateful to all of his art teachers for pushing him out of his comfort zone. As well, Tanner would like to give a shout out to Mr. Hart, his favorite teacher. His most outstanding memories of PDCI include participating in Drama Fest with many friends and playing Batman during the talent show. While Tanner plans to take a gap year to work, he envisions happily making music or art on the side, hopefully in a professional capacity someday. Tanner has earned his Red Seal for the Arts and Culture Schism. Faith Marsh. Faith will be pursuing a Bachelor of Design degree in fashion at Toronto Metropolitan University. She hopes to acquire employment in a related field once she completes her studies. Faith has earned her Red Seal for the nonprofit schism and her French immersion certificate. Faith is the recipient of the Friends of the Tay Watershed Bursary and the Perth Legion Bursary. Ella McCormick. Ella would like to thank Miss Legacy for inspiring her to continue with art and for being so caring and understanding. Ella plans to travel to Europe in the fall before enrolling at the Versailles Cosmetic Academy in January. In the future, Ella envisions herself making art and traveling the world. Ella has earned her Red Seal for the Arts and Culture Schism. Ella is the recipient of the Canadian Woodman of the World Scholarship, the Glen Tay School Award, and the PDCI Staff Bursary. Hugh McCormick. This fall, Hugh will be enrolled in the social worker program at St. Lawrence College. While he is unsure of what the future will hold, he has high hopes that it will include good fortune and a peaceful life. Hugh's favorite memory at PDCI would have to be the grade 12 talent show. Hugh would like to thank Ms. Dowes for showing him a new way of learning this year that did make sense to him. Hugh is a recipient of the Lions Club of Perth Bursary. Alexander McGlade. Alex will always remember playing on the hockey team in grade 8 and winning. In September, Alex hopes to return to PDCI to continue his education and play hockey. Alex dreams of playing in the NHL someday, and if not, he envisions working as a police officer. Alex would like to thank his parents and teachers for helping him to reach his goals. Hayden McLean. Hayden will be enrolled at the Electrical Engineering Technician program at St. Lawrence College. He plans on working as an electrical technician with a local contractor. He would like to thank all of his teachers from over the years. Hayden enjoyed all of his years here and friends that he made along the way. Hayden has earned his Red Seal for the Transportation Technology Schism and is the recipient of the PDCF Benjamin Rogers Memorial Scholarship and the PDCF Macintosh Perry Consulting Engineers Award. Lizzie McNeely. Lizzie intends to work for a year. Eventually, she hopes to become a registered nurse. Her fondest memory involves working out with her friends and classmates in fitness class. Lizzie would like to thank her grandma for all of her support over the years. She has earned her Red Seal for the sports schism. Joseph Minglings. Joseph plans to enter the world of work and consider his options while finding the time to travel. In the future, Joseph hopes to work in the trades and have a family. Cassandra Munt. Cassandra plans to take a gap year to work and consider her options. While she is unsure about the future and what it will bring, she looks forward to traveling to different countries. Cassandra would like to thank her mom and dad for all of their encouragement over the years. Cassandra has earned her Red Seal for the Arts and Culture Schism. Corey Nagel. Corey will be studying forensic science at the University of Toronto, Mississauga. Ultimately, he would like to work as a crime scene investigator while still pursuing the performing arts, both musical and dramatic. Corey's fondest memory involved performing Emma in the Deepest Trench at Drama Fest. Corey would like to thank his friends, family, and teachers for helping him to reach his full potential. Corey is the recipient of the Entrance Scholarship from the University of Toronto, Mississauga, and a University of Toronto Scholar Award. He is also the recipient of the Vision for Action Bursary. Ava Nugdren. Ava will never forget the good memories and friends she made at PDCI. Next year, Ava will be enrolled in the Baking and Pastry Arts program at Algonquin College. In the fullest of time, she hopes to have a family. She would like to thank Miss Legacy for helping her achieve her artistic abilities. Ava has earned her Red Seal for the Arts and Culture CISM. Ava is also the recipient of the Compass Group CDA Bursary and the Highland Bus Service Award. With the next two rows of graduates, please stand to exit to receive their diplomas. Thank you. Okay. Josie Nuttall. Josie will be studying biomedical science in the medical profession stream at Trent University. Her future will likely involve practicing pediatrics with different practitioners in a community health center, preferably in a rural setting with the goal of using nature to reduce healthcare-related anxiety. Josie's best memory of PDCI involved pit band practice in the auditorium. Josie is the recipient of a Trent Special Admission Scholarship and the Eye and Vision Clinic Health Award. Josie has attained her extended French certificate. Alyssa Patterson. Alyssa has good memories of heading to OFSA with the basketball team. She enjoyed the outdoor volleyball team and would like to thank her friends, family, and coaches for all of their support. Also, Mr. Brinkman for letting her bug him all of the time. Alyssa plans to either return to PDCI or take a gap year to consider her options. In the future, she hopes to have a career she enjoys and a family of her own. Alyssa has earned her Red Seal for the Business Schism. Grayson Patterson. Grayson would like to thank Mr. Christie for being a great basketball coach and teaching her life skills. She is also thankful that Mr. Brinkman convinced her to try new events at track and field. She would also like to say a special thanks to Mr. Anderson for all of his support. Winning EASA and going to OFSA were highlights of Grayson's time at PDCI. Grayson plans to explore career options over the next year and eventually sees herself working at a job she enjoys, pursuing hobbies, and traveling. Grayson has earned her Red Seal for the Sports Schism. Nicholas Patterson. Nicholas will remember beating the teachers in beach volleyball this year. He would like to thank Ms. Rotar and Mr. Hart for always making him smile. Nicholas hopes to return to PDCI to play badminton and run cross country. Whenever life takes him, Nicholas intends to lead a healthy and active lifestyle. Nicholas has earned his red seal for the business schism. Julia Perry. Julia is taking a gap year to figure things out. She would like to thank her family for supporting her on her journey. Shelley Popple. Shelby would like to thank her best friend, Ella McCormick, for sticking by her side through it all, as well as her family for pushing her to do her best. Eventually, Shelby hopes to have a career she loves, a small family of her own, and to travel the world. Shelby will be enrolled in the law clerk program at Algonquin College in the fall. She has earned her red seal for the business schism. Declan Raymond. Declan has begun an apprenticeship as an electrician for a Perth area business. His goal is to eventually be a licensed electrician. Declan will never forget being on the honor roll every year and participating in the volleyball and 3-on-3 basketball events. Declan would like to recognize Mrs. Bork and Mr. Funston for their guidance in meeting diploma requirements and starting an apprenticeship. Declan earned his red seal for the sports schism. Emily Renault. Emily will always remember Miss Morris's music class and school dances. Emily would like to thank Mrs. Bork and Miss Strong for their encouragement and help with math. She appreciated the support and entertainment Mrs. Wright provided in room 304. Emily is also grateful to Miss Finley for her support and great advice. Emily plans to take a gap year and possibly travel while she thinks about the world of post-secondary. In the future, she hopes to be living independently with a career she enjoys. James Renault. In the fall, James will attend Olds College and Agriculture and Technology in Alberta with the goal of becoming a horticultural technologist. He looks forward to a successful job, a family of his own, and following his dreams while maintaining his passion for the world of plants. When James leaves high school, he will continue to treasure his lifelong friendships that began here. He would like to thank his family and friends for helping him through school. James is the recipient of the Cliff Bennett Nature Bursary. Tanner Reyes. Tanner would like to thank Mr. Bellamy for being an amazing teacher and keeping him motivated during his 2 years here at PDCI. He will always remember how accepting everyone was when he arrived partway through high school. After graduation, Tanner's goal is to work at a stable job and earn a good salary. Tanner will eventually like to be known as an amazing welder. Brandon Roberts. Brandon's best memory involved using the virtual reality equipment in Mr. Gallian's room. After graduation, Brandon plans to take a gap year to earn some money and consider his options. One day, he hopes to have a career in media. Brandon would like to thank his family for all of their encouragement. He has earned his red seal for the ICT in Chisholm. Maya Rutherford. Maya is looking forward to studying business administration at Trent University this fall. Ultimately, she would like to have a stable employment in the business world and a family. Maya enjoyed participating in the outdoor volleyball tournament and helping Miss Cordick with all the sports days. She would like to thank her parents, extended family, and close friends for all of their support. Maya is the recipient of the Perth Firefighters Association Award. Jesse Schutten. Jesse plans to take a gap year to travel and reflect on what he would like to do with his life moving forward. In 10 or 20 years, he hopes to live in the city with his family. Jesse would like to thank his parents, family, friends, and teachers for all of their support along the way. Desiree Smith. Desiree's best memory at PDCI would be attending school dances with her friends. In September, she will be attending Algonquin College with the goal of becoming a personal support worker. As time passes, she hopes to become a registered practical nurse and have a family of her own to care for. Desiree has earned her Red Seal for the sports schism. She is the recipient of the PDCI Staff Bursary, the Perth Old Boys in Ottawa Award, and the Stewart School Award. Benjamin Sproul. Benjamin plans to pursue a Bachelor of Computer Science degree at Carleton University. His ultimate vision is to live the life only a true tech mogul could dream of. Benjamin's best memory was his first time on stage during a drama production in grade 7. He would like to thank his friends and family for supporting him. He would like to recognize his amazing teachers who made high school more bearable and drove him to greater heights. Benjamin has earned his Red Seal for the ICT Schism. Emma Thompson. Emma plans to take a gap year to consider her options. She would like to one day have a fulfilling job and be a homeowner. Emma would like to thank all of the teachers for their support over the past 4 years. Jenna Timmons. Jenna counts line dancing in the cafeteria as her most memorable moment at PDCI. Jenna would like to thank her parents for supporting her decisions and for giving her opportunities. She is grateful to Miss Dowes and Mrs. Ross for teaching subjects that she liked, like English and world issues. She appreciates her friends for standing by her. In the fall, Jenna will be enrolled in the Child and Youth Care program at Fleming College. In 10 or 20 years, Jenna would like to work as a child and youth counselor at a school or as a behavioral therapist. She earned her Red Seal for the nonprofit schism and is also the recipient of the PDCI Staff Bursary. Braden Topping. Braden intends to return to PDCI next year and consider his options. His favorite memory is EASA with the boys. Wherever life takes him, he hopes to be employed at a job he loves and have a family of his own. Thank you to his parents for always supporting him. Emily Tupin. Emily plans to become an esthetician after completing her studies at Career College in Ontario. One day she hopes to own her business, her own business. Emily would like to thank her mom for always being there to help her through everything, and her boyfriend for motivating her to get through the year. Benjamin Tuck. Ben's most outstanding memory of high school would be prom. He would like to recognize Mr. Moore as being a positive influence in his life. He plans on taking a gap year to work for Hardington Equipment full-time after graduation. Someday, Ben would love to be really rich, own an MK4 Supra, and live in Alberta. Ben has earned his Red Seal for Transportation Technology Schism and his tech certificate. Michael Tulipano. Mike will be taking a year to work, and then he will be continuing on to Algonquin College. Eventually, he would like to work as a welder while continuing to program as a hobby. The best part of high school for Mike was hanging out with his friends, Mason, William, Tanton, Connor, and Keith. Hope Ann Tizik. Hope Ann would like to thank Mrs. Wright, Mr. Zander, Mr. Rothwell, and Mr. Funston, and her friends and family. Their support, encouragement, and belief in her have made her into the successful person you see here tonight. One day, Hope Ann envisions herself employed with a stable income in the future, running her own business, settled down with a family, and pursuing her passion for music. Hope Ann will always remember meeting her friends at PDCI with different personalities and creating a lasting impression in her mind. She loved loved participating in band. Aiden Van Asseltine Crawford. Aiden intends to take a gap year to save money for school. His plan is to someday work in the trades. He would like to thank his mom, dad, grandma, grandpa for all of their support over the past 4 years. For Aiden, the highlight of high school was hanging out with his friends. Valerie Van Spangen. Valerie would like to thank her mom for all of her support to get to this moment. Over the next several months, Valerie plans to work hard and save money for travel. Eventually, she hopes to live outside of Ontario with the love of her life. Valerie will always remember being on the honor roll since grade 9, attaining certificates of achievement in science and history, as well as making lifelong friends at PDCI. Valerie has earned her Red Seal for the sports schism. She's a recipient of the PDCI Staff Bursary and the Retired Teachers of Ontario District 29 Lanark Award. Josh Vincent. Josh plans to take a gap year to work before entering the field of business. His ultimate goal is to be a business owner. Josh's memory was accounting class. He would like to thank Ms. Rotar for her support and his parents for all of their support. Tonight he earns his Red Seal in the business schism. Olivia Walker. Olivia has wonderful memories of meeting all of her friends at PDCI and participating in sports such as track and field and cross country. Next year, Olivia will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Science program at Trent University, where she will be studying kinesiology. Once she finishes post-secondary, she would like to work as a physical therapist. Olivia would like to thank Mr. Bellamy for introducing her to fitness and being so supportive. She is grateful to Ms. Cordick for introducing her to the field of kinesiology. Olivia appreciates Mr. Tupper for helping her through 2 years of chemistry and putting up with all of her questions. Olivia has earned her Red Seal for the sports schism and is also the recipient of the Kevin Sullivan Memorial Award. Nikki Wark. Nikki will be enrolled in the Forensic Science program at Trent University in September. In 10 years, she sees herself employed as a forensic pathologist with a high-paying salary, a nice house, and a stable family. Nikki has received a scholarship from Canadian Federation of University Women and a Trent University Entrance Scholarship. Nikki's fondest memory of PDCI was the kinesiology class field trip to Queen's University. Nikki is a recipient of the PDCI Student Services Bursary. Chase Warwick. Chase will be working at Easton Maine headquarters to complete his apprenticeship as an industrial millwright. In the future, he sees himself continuing to race to motocross while owning his own welding business. Chase will never forget winning the skills welding contest at St. Lawrence College. Chase has earned his Red Seal for the Transportation Technology Schism. Lucas Wheeler. Lucas will never forget the time Bradley broke his chair in chemistry class. Next, Lucas hopes to return to PDCI to work and play volleyball. While he is unsure about his future plans, Lucas hopes to work full-time at a job he enjoys. Lucas would like to thank his parents for all of their support, and he has earned his Red Seal for the sports schism. Robbie Widmer. Robbie plans to work as a manager at McDonald's. Eventually, he hopes to attain a business degree and run his own business. Robbie would like to thank Ms. Rotar for all of her help these past 2 years, especially with his marketing course. He will never forget the banana mishap in the stairwell with the boys. Robbie has earned his Red Seal for the Transportation Technology Schism. Brody Willard. Brody would like to thank their friends and family for all the support in arriving at this moment. They plan to enter the workforce, preferably in a retail capacity. Brody feels that this year was their most memorable at PDCI. In 10 years, they hope to be properly happy with themselves. Layla Wolfgram. Layla plans to take a gap year to travel and consider her future. Eventually, she sees herself living in a big house with a family of her own, employed in a field of interest. Layla would like to thank her mom for being her best friend and biggest supporter. She is grateful to Miss Finley for helping her through the rough days. Layla would also like to recognize Mr. Zander for being the best English and history teacher in grade 9 and 10. Layla will never forget making new friends at PDCI. She enjoyed her classes and talent shows very much. She has earned the Red Seal for the nonprofit Schism. Emma Wright. Emma would like to thank the staff at PDCI for helping her get through high school, as well as her friends and family for their support. Emma will be attending Loyalist College in the fall, where she will be working towards a diploma in fitness and health promotion. Someday, Emma would like to work as a phys ed teacher and live in a nice apartment. Emma has earned her Red Seal for the Sports Schism and is the recipient of the Canadian Federation of University Women Education Award and a Lions Club Perth Bursary.
Well, would all the 2023 graduates please stand and be recognized for their accomplishments? Thank you. You can grab a seat. All right. Finally, we'd like to honor the student with the highest academic standing of all graduates based on all their grade 11 and 12 courses. For over 100 years, the Governors General of Canada have sponsored an academic medal which encourages and recognizes outstanding scholars. Ms. Weir will now present this medal on behalf. Mr. Fournier will now present, the script says Ms. Weir, but we'll go with Mr. Fournier. Mr. Fournier will now present this medal on behalf of the Governor General to our top student of the graduating class of 2023. Congratulations to a very deserving winner, Corey Nagel. I would like to now introduce the valedictorian of the 2023 graduating class. Because Madame Laurie Stewart is attending her own daughter's commencement this evening, I was asked if I could introduce this year's valedictorian in her place. I was sincerely honored to take on this challenge. As a representative of the graduating class, this year's elected valedictorian exemplifies the character always qualities expected of a Blue Devil at PDCI. According to her peers, not only is she funny, outgoing, well-liked, and as I can confirm from her grade 11 English class, a powerful speechwriter, so pressure's on. She is exceptionally kind to others and genuinely wants change for the better. She exudes caring in all of her leadership roles, from serving as your student council president this past school year, to accumulating over 200 hours of community service volunteering as a gymnastics coach for Saltos Athletics Gymnastics, to founding this year's Climate Action Committee. She balances these commitments while also representing Canada on the international stage as a national level gymnast. Next year, your chosen valedictorian will attend Trent University, specializing in international development and globalization. Here, she will begin to pave her way towards making education more accessible. She is an advocate. She is passionate. She is committed to using her voice to better the lives of those around her. And yes, as I can attest, she is witty. So very witty. She is Isabel Gray, your 2022-2023 class valedictorian.
Isn't she just the sweetest? She's too kind to me. To start off my speech, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, especially the graduates. And hey, even if you were late getting here, it's not like we can get any more detention tickets. So, speaking of detention tickets, I'd like to thank the secretaries for always being there to sign off on late slips. I'd also like to thank Alan, the cafeteria worker, for being there, putting up with us through this whole year by himself. I think he's made more toasted bagels than anyone ever. And my last big thank you goes out to the custodians for cleaning things ranging from crumbs in the cafeteria to things that I don't think I'm allowed to say in this speech. But let's talk about other things. I'd like to apologize in advance to anyone in the room who is not a student or staff member here. This might just sound like a bunch of inside jokes for the next 5 or 6 minutes. But for my speech, I decided I wanted to go over some favorite moments at PDCI. To do this, I put an open response survey out on my Instagram story with one question. What was your favorite moment at PDCI? And I know Ms. Toll is probably in here somewhere shaking her head because there's all sorts of sampling and bias issues that can be caused by that form of collecting data. And it would probably be more accurate to have referred to the answers for the most memorable moments that were read during our diploma receival. But it's fine, it's only a valedictorian speech. So without further ado, here are the responses. Firstly, a response I saw numerous times was the senior girls making it to OFSA, which is insane. Our class contains the first senior girls basketball team at PDCI to have ever won EASA, and also contains the first documentary made about that journey, Beyond the Court, made by Lauren Croft. Yeah! Secondly, I saw a certain name getting mentioned multiple times in the responses, and that name happens to be Mr. Tupper. More specifically, Mr. Tupper line dancing. More specifically, Mr. Tupper not line dancing, because get this, Mr. Tupper put all the effort into learning how to line dance and then didn't show up on line dancing day. But I can't really make fun of him for that because I did the same thing. I was sick on line dancing day. And Madame Stewart was not pleased with me about this, but guess who can't get mad because she's not here. Now on to the answers I saw most frequently. The second most popular answer that I received was leaving. Many favorite moments at PDCI surrounded leaving, but I won't spend too much time talking about that since that was just a popular answer since we are so eager to go complete our post-secondary plans, right guys? Right, okay. Before I reveal the most popular answer, I would like to acknowledge something that happened after I made the post to my Instagram story. I just about lost my mind at the end of the year talent show when Mr. Tupper and Bradley Gibson did an act together. And then, at the end of that same act, Ms. Rotar, Mr. Hart, and Mr. Anderson made an appearance on stage. I guess the pressure of retirement can get you to participate in the talent show. Also, I have never heard the PDCI audience cheer so loud before. Like, I don't think anyone screamed that loud since Miss Rotard coached football. Moving back to the actual responses I received, we are now on to the most popular answer. Can I get a drum roll, please? The most popular favorite moment at PDCI, as according to my Instagram story, was Dale Manson. For the few of you unaware in this auditorium, Dale is kind of a staple here. Known for his musical talent and his ability to bring the student body together, he is the face of many favorite moments at PDCI. Also, how many people can say that a bunch of students got in trouble trying to watch a banjo concert in the boys' bathroom? I don't know if that was just a rumor, but I feel like that's something like you tell the grandkids. But in this togetherness, as represented by Dale, brings me to the sappy part of the speech, which I know people don't want to hear, but it's like a valedictorian speech. It's supposed to be all emotional and stuff. In all seriousness, I'm kind of in awe at our ability to bounce back after everything that's happened in high school. Bouncing back in terms of connection, in terms of school spirit, in terms of making up for things that we lost in our unreliable years of high school. And even if you don't believe you bounced back after the pandemic or any other struggles that you dealt with throughout high school, look at you. You're here, sitting next to rows of your classmates. Take moments to be proud of yourself and acknowledge how far you've come despite the odds, because you deserve to be proud. And if you won't make time to be proud, we can probably ask some of the retiring staff to do that for us, since they'll have a lot more time on their hands than we do. But all in all, even if your favorite memory was not something that I mentioned here, I hope it's still one that you cherish. And I hope you're proud of yourself for getting this far, genuinely. Thank you for letting me ramble for a few minutes, and to end my speech, I would like us to all, in unison, give ourselves a pat on the back. Ready, go. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're almost there. We are now going to watch a slideshow in order to reflect upon this past school year.
Auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May it take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. Oh, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. Oh, may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have.
Give her anything, yet she still wanted to give back. So my message to you is this: it's not about what you get, it's about what you give, and you all have a gift, something that you can use to benefit the world, so let that shine. I hope that our paths cross again, and when they do, I look forward to hearing about how you're enriching the lives of others and the joy this is bringing back to you. So congratulations to the class of 2023. We now ask that the audience stand while we allow the graduates to exit the auditorium.